Hey everybody, it's Tuesday and I am Lorraine Brock with Get Organized. I'm a professional organizer, speaker, and family coach. And each Tuesday we bring you Tip Tuesday, giving you tons and tons of tips about all different types of topics. This particular Tuesday is going to be about guest room essentials. But let me take you back just a little bit. Last week, we did Facebook Live from Austria. I got it right that time. I kept saying, forget it, it's a little hilarious. But we were live last week and we traveled and trying to get used to a new 7-hour time change. I'm like waking up at like 3 a.m. and 4 a.m. and just buzzing around the house like a little bee. And about 5 or 6 o'clock, I start getting a little bit like it's bedtime, so I've got to get used to this. But it was really exciting last week to be able to do Facebook Live from Austria and give you guys a lot of tips on the travel. I will say that on the postings and all the comments, and you guys gave lots of comments last week, and we're about to draw later on this evening. You'll know tomorrow who won that 1-hour consultation with me. And so be looking for that. That'll happen soon. But also in the comments from last Tip Tuesday, we listed some resources and some suggested battery packs for your phone that we talked about and other electronic devices to charge when you're traveling. So make sure you go back and you look at that. And they're all in, I think there's 3 different price levels as well. So, well, I'm here in my guest room, and with Thanksgiving coming up and with Christmas coming up, many of us are going to be in guest homes, or even better, I love it to have people in my home. So I wanted to give some tips about guest rooms. And while there is tons of organizing tips one can give you, I'm going to focus on 3 tips and expand on each of those that I think is really important, and that I do in my own guest home, my own home with my guests when they show up. So I think it's really important that you not just have a clean bed and sheets, which that'd be awesome, but making it a little bit more comfortable for them without going out of your way and spending tons and tons of time. So I'm going to share with you my tips. So again, guest room essentials here on Tip Tuesday. And the first one's going to be, it's going to be called, I call it guest room instructions. I have long wanted to do this. In fact, I put mine together specifically for this episode. But in the past, I had gone down and just handwritten a lot of this stuff for guests. I'm like, there's got to be a better way to do this. So I wanted to sort of tell you a little bit of what I came up with and help you with yours. So guest room instructions here, and I'm going to get this a little closer to the camera so you can see. But on the guest room instructions, it's just printed out. I did use cardstock, and it's basically instructions for your guests that they might be a little uncomfortable asking. And so we're going to hit some of those things of what might be on here. So on mine here, I have the kitchen is always open. Depending on the time you get out, there might be a pot of coffee ready. And basically I go on to say that if it's not ready, here's the instructions to make sure you get your pot of coffee. I even talk about the creamers and where everything's at, but most of the time I'm going to have that set out for them. Then I go into a snack tray. Now I want to show you my snack tray. Now I've done this for many years for our guests. But a snack tray that I provide for them in their room. And not only does this make you look like, man, you got it together, but how many people feel real comfortable going into guest homes and rummaging through their pantry? Not a lot of us, unless it's really close family. And then you don't know if you want to come down in your PJs, or you have to put more clothes on or get your robe. And, you know, it can just totally be a little bit more complicated. So one of the things I really like about this is that I bring in here a fruit tray. Now, if my family is coming over, I may not do this as much, but when I have guests come in that maybe frequent my home like once a year or for their first times, or sometimes we even host missionaries in our home, I absolutely do this because those are the individuals and families that do not feel as comfortable, again, rummaging through your pantry and refrigerator, trying to find something to snack on or eat. So I want to show you my tray. And this is the tray I've used for some time now. And these are very typical things that I would put on my tray. So normally I would have grapes because they can set out, or bananas, oranges, anything like that would be really easy to do. Very low cost. Some beef jerky. Definitely include some bottles of water. I include some fruit cups, things like this, but make sure you put a spoon with it, as well as some oatmeal. Now, granted, they can't have this in their room, but they can feel comfortable going down to the microwave and making them some oatmeal, and they have their fruit or fresh fruit. Some jerky. Make sure you include some napkins. You don't want them running to the bathroom for tissues or toilet paper. Make sure everything is together. And then we have some nuts here and some granola bars and some other snacks. So obviously things that are not perishable. And often what we do when we have missionaries, say, and they're often on the road, traveling from church to church all over the U.S., we'll say, take everything here and take it with you, because they're going to need snacks on the road anyway. So you, in other words, instead of having to go get it all and put it all back in your pantry, just let them take it with them, and it gets a blessing to them. So I think this is a really great idea for your guest rooms, and it makes you look organized, which I really like. So anyway, and I don't normally get one that, like a TV tray that has legs. Sometimes when people are bringing luggage and everything into the bedroom, those legs could fall and the food could fall off. So I like to go with just a flat bottom. You can put this on a bed, a nightstand. They'll move it around where they want it. But the other thing on the instructions here is how to turn on the TV. Now, I don't know about any of watching. Actually, Emily, you probably know this. Our TV can be rather complicated. My husband's a very techie guy. And because of that, we can have no doubt 3 to 5 remote controls on our coffee tables. And yes, we've used the universal control. Don't get me started. So anyway, I don't even turn on. I think I actually have to ask my young 20-year-old sons to actually turn on the TV for me. I probably could figure it out if I actually wanted to learn, but I don't watch TV that much. But we have the receiver and the if you're going to watch Netflix versus if you're going to watch something on a movie like you pay for on your our Microsoft account versus regular TV, it just gets too many choices. So I have my husband write up instructions where people can actually turn on the TV. Now we have 2 main living areas in our home. So our guests have an upstairs living area with a whole TV and living area for themselves. So I think it's really good to put those instructions on here so they don't have to just twiddle their thumbs waiting on someone to tell them how to do this. So the other thing is the temperature in your home. We have a thermostat right outside our door here in this guest room, and I always warn the people that stay with us that we do keep it cold at night, like 69 degrees at least, that cool. But then on the other hand, if they needed to bump it up or down, I just give them the permission to do so. I think that's really important to make them comfortable. And then I also tell them where extra blankets are upstairs so they know where to get them if they are getting cold in the middle of the night and maybe don't have to know how to work the thermostat. So the other thing is the toilet area. Okay, let me just say, this is a very embarrassing situation that I've even caught myself in, and I'm not giving any more information, where the toilet got stopped up, or you ran out of toilet paper, or, well, most recently we were in Austria and there was a bathroom right off of the hallway in the living area, what was also next to the kitchen. So because of that, we thought ahead, knowing that we were going to go to somebody else's home, but this could also totally be reversed where someone's coming to your home. And we bought, I think I'm pronouncing this right. I always pronounce it wrong, but it's called Poopery. And I want to tell you guys, this is like incredible stuff. I keep it in all of our bathrooms year around. I started this probably about 2 years ago. And I will say that you need to inform people how to use it. The first time we had it in our bathrooms, one of our guests came over and they were spraying it up in the air. And I went to that bathroom a little bit later and I noticed there was this oily substance all over the bathroom floor. I quickly learned what they had done and made sure in the future, whether you post a little sign in your bathroom or you tell them on these instructions or you verbally tell them, it's really important to make sure they squirt it in the clean water in the toilet before they go to the restroom. But I normally buy the large bottles of these, normally at Bed Bath & Beyond, but there's other places, and then pour them into the smaller bottles. It's definitely a saving thing to be able to do that. But we take this with us when we travel in small hotel rooms or in guest homes, but we also keep it here for our guests and we let them know that there are some and how to use it. The other thing that can be very embarrassing is when the toilet clogs up is where's the plunger? Can you imagine having to go down to your guests that maybe you're not quite comfortable with and you're knocking on their door or telling everyone in the living room, hey guys, I sort of messed up your toilet. I need a plunger. I just want to say it's a little bit of embarrassment. So one of the things that we put on here is where to find the plunger. We actually keep ours in our garage and we have it in a bucket. So yes, they got to trek through the house to get it up here. You may want to have it in a different location, but at least they know where it's at and they can do it at a time that maybe we're not all in the living room and they have to walk all the way through the house, but at least they know. And I think these are really things that I've been in situations. I think it's really important to put this to rest and get it organized. So also some hygiene items. So my husband travels quite a bit, and so I'm sort of I like to collect hotel swag. Shampoos, conditioner, shower caps. Oh yeah, totally shower caps. Threading needle kits, face wipes. I mean, everything you can think of. I love hotel swag. That's what my husband brings me home from every hotel trip. He's like, hey, I got you something. And he's so faithful to do it. I give it away. You can give away to shelters, or I give some away to families and stocking stuffers. But I also keep some of that for traveling myself if I'm going to be in someone's home, as well as leaving it for my guest in the bathroom that they're going to be using. So I just love hotel swag. I mean, I don't take the tissues, so don't even think that. Some people probably do, but I don't. Or the toilet paper. But anything on the counter, yeah, I'm paying for it. I'm going to take it. So anyway, so making sure they have hygiene items. And you can, I've listed on here exactly where they're located at in the bathroom. So they can feel comfortable getting in any of the drawers in that particular bathroom that they're staying in, as well as feminine products, razors if they've forgotten those, all kinds of stuff. So just make sure that you include that kind of stuff down here in your instructions. And then lastly, I've put my cell phone number or my husband's or wherever. I mean, they're probably already going to have that, but I want to make sure of it. And then secondly, I put my address in case they need to navigate back to us and they don't know the area really well. We might pick them up at the hotel or the airport, and they might not know where exactly we live from an address standpoint. Other things that my executive assistant, Dana, she actually puts on hers a clinic or emergency room clinic nearby so they can have that. Now, of course, I'm going to be interacting with my guest, but these are a lot of things that they can have at their fingertip that's really good. And another thing I don't have on here that I actually might put on here is if you have guests over and you're going to church with them and maybe your church time starts at a specific time. You might want to be putting on here, you know, sort of the schedule for that, if that's something that they need to be prepared for. So just think about those kinds of things. There's tons of things you can do. But the guest room instructions, and I would just lay it on their bed and keep it on a Word document and just print it out. If you need to make changes to it anytime, you can easily print another copy, and it's there on their bed when they arrive. So that is our guest room instructions, and you obviously saw the poo-poo potpourri and the food tray that we use to help make their guest room a little bit more comfortable. So the next thing, so tip number 2, luggage rack. Now, I have not always done this because I really didn't have the room until the last couple of years. But I got a luggage rack so our guests would have room to put their luggage. This particular room I'm in is our smallest bedroom of our home. And it's definitely got a good sized bed, and it's got storage for them to put medication, their watches or rings and stuff, and a nightstand. But there's no really place to put their luggage unless it's on the floor or on the bed. And of course, you don't want to keep it on the bed. So I purchased a luggage rack, and I wanted one, and most obviously luggage racks fold. I wanted one that would really go with the room. You can look around. Container Store has them, Kohl's has them, Amazon has them. I mean, just do a search online. I also wanted it to sort of be a real sturdy one. I wanted it to be where it could snap and stay, like when you bend it up, that it wouldn't just automatically part of it come down. So this actually has a little lock when I put it together, and it's just like this. And so what I like about it is that when I don't have guests in the home, I can take this and I put it behind the door. So you can't see it, it's not taking up any room. And normally behind me is a closet, so you can't, or behind me is a closet, so you can't really put it there. But to the right of that is a perfect area for it. So again, when not in use, I put it behind the door. You can put it behind a headboard or underneath the bed or in a closet if it fits. But when it does need to be used, open it up and just set it down, and it gives them a little place to be able to put their luggage and still not have everything all on the floor. It really maximizes the space in their room. So the luggage rack, I love that. So make sure it's collapsible, that it's sturdy, and that it goes with your decor in your room to make it all come together. So, okay, tip number 3. And guys, I really like this tip. I just really like it. So everyone has Wi-Fi, or I'd say most people have Wi-Fi in their home. And for those that do not have unlimited Wi-Fi, or they might want to connect to a higher speed Wi-Fi there at the home that they're staying in, passwords can be totally forgotten. You may have a special network that you want them to connect to, your guests, versus the one that your family members connect to. Sometimes when we go into homes, when we're traveling, we'll say, what's the password? And we're waiting on them to go find it. They don't even know what the password is. They haven't given it to someone in so long. So it's really good to have that information already set aside for your guest and have them connect if they so choose to do so. So I want to show you what we have. I actually printed this, and this is going to be backwards, but I actually printed this, and I'm going to frame this one for my guest room. But basically it says, welcome to our home, and then we have our Wi-Fi network, which I'm not going to show you, and our password for that our guests can connect to. And this is just specifically for our guests. It's not the main one that we use in our home. So this can be like a decor, actually, a little piece in the room. So black frame or something that you can lay this on the bed if you wanted to, but I think it also can be part of the decor in the room as well. I have a template for this, so if you want this, so this is absolutely, just let us know, make a comment down below, and you can put yours in and print it out. I think there's 2 different sizes. I have an 8.5 by 11 as well as a 5 by 7 size, and it's a great piece. It looks really good. So, but the other thing is, this is something that we're going to be giving away that will go along with our tip number 3. So our tip number 3 is making sure your guests know your Wi-Fi network you want them to connect to, and the password. And I would recommend leaving it in their room. I just showed you, the document that we use. But this is our giveaway today. And I absolutely love this. It is, can y'all see that? It's a little plaque thing. I got it at like Hobby Lobby. It's really cute. So basically, you can write your password to your Wi-Fi there. Now, the only thing I didn't like about this and why I went with more of this is because it didn't have the actual network that you need to connect to. Oh, I see hearts going up. Y'all must like this. It's so cute. So that's the only thing that we chose because we have so many different networks. It was definitely something we couldn't use. But if you have one network or your network is very obvious, maybe your name is in it or your last name or something, you can even tell them the network to connect to if you wanted to, or just write it in here at the top or something. Or you could even do like a chalkboard one if you wanted to and not even buy something. This, I believe, was about, it was $8.99. And of course, with Hobby Lobby, you get 40% off. And I think these were actually 50% off when I purchased this. So this is what we're giving away. So make a comment down below between now and next Monday at midnight, and you will be entered into the drawing to be given this. If we pick your name, we'll mail it out to you. We'll message you and mail it out to you. So you see the video on the replays. We'll send it out to you if we pick your name next week. So anyway, love, love, love this. And it is the dry erase. So just so you know, you can write the password in and then erase it. And if it ever changes or you move or whatever, you can reuse it. So, and if you wanted to paint it, like paint the wood, you absolutely could. It's wood all the way around it. So that is our giveaway today. Okay, so what could be in our Tip Tuesdays toolbox here? I absolutely love the toolbox. Last week, sadly, I could not pack it. So therefore, I just had to tell you guys something that was outside the box, but it was a great resource. So in today's box, it sort of goes along with our guest room. Some Tuesdays, what might be in the box might not necessarily go with the topic that we're talking about. But this particular Tuesday, it is. And it's a product that I've actually used in my sister-in-law's house. And I have used this in clients' homes. I don't currently have one in my home, but I've used it in many of the clients' homes we use as well. And it's a great tool. So let's see what's in here. Okay. So this right here, just so you know before I tell you what it is, this sticker on front absolutely comes off. So don't assume the looks of this is going to be exactly what you see here, just a sticker. So what this is, it's a product from Container Store. I believe it runs about $15, $14.99, and it's called an Insta Hanger. And it can be used absolutely in many different areas, not just your guest room, but it absolutely fits in there as well. So what it is, when you get it, it comes with some hardware that I'm not showing right now that will actually fit and hang over a door. So this is the back of it. It actually will hang over a door. And then it has a little bitty thing here that actually makes the back of it stick. Therefore, it won't sway on the door. So the other thing that you can do is actually mount it to the wall. So on the back here, you will see that there's some spots here to put the hardware. And the hardware comes with it. And basically what you do, however you want to use it, whether you want to put it flush against the wall or you want to hang it over a door, what I like about this is its durability and the weight limit that it has. So if I was to put this against the wall or over a door, when I pull this out, you have a rod here. So it basically, you pull it out whenever you need it, and then you push it back when not in use. So behind me in this particular closet, which we're not going to open today because it's a total different topic, but when our first son moved out, we actually turned this particular closet into a gift closet. Yes, This is where I keep all the secrets for Christmas, and you don't know what they are because I can't open them right now. So this used to be hanging space, potentially for clients, not clients, but guests that stay. So they can't hang their clothes in there. There's no room. So I have another area in this room that you can hang clothes on. But this would be a great, if I was using this particular product, this would be a great product to put in a guest room that needed to have some hanging space if you're not going to let them hang their clothes in the guest closet. So the other thing to note is this holds 50 pounds of clothing. So let's say that you put one of these in a laundry room. I mean, dude, that's a lot of poundage, 50 pounds of clothing. So it's really good. The other thing is you could use it potentially in a back porch area if you were hanging up clothes to dry outside but don't have a clothesline, or to hang swimsuits on a little hanger and hang them down to drip. So it's got multiple places potentially that it could go. But this is called, again, Insta Hanger from the Container Store. And the name of it's at the bottom right there. You probably can't see it really well, but you can go online and get that. So I love the Insta Hanger. So that is our only tool that we're going to be talking about today. So I hope you really love that tool, because I do. I've really found it valuable and very versatile when hanging up small sections of clothing, though it can support a lot of weight. So, all right, next week on Tip Tuesday. Okay, so we're going to be talking about organizing a disaster plan. With so many things going on in our country, from basically hurricanes and things like that and tornadoes. I know it's not necessarily the season for this, but it just happened in the East Coast, and I just want to have our viewers be very aware that there's any kind of emergency that could happen and you have to get out of Dodge. How do you prepare for that? And different disasters require a little bit of a different plan. So we're going to be talking, we're going to be in DeSoto, Texas next Tuesday. And Kim Calloway, one of our organizers, who's been organizing for probably as long as I have, she's been with us for probably about 6 years. She's going to be our guest on Tip Tuesday next Tuesday. And she's going to sort of talk to us about organizing a disaster plan. We're going to get tips from her, and you're going to get tips from me. But Kim has got a story that's going to blow you away, that something that happened in her household and to her family and just not too many years ago. And so she's going to give us some firsthand tips on, again, organizing a disaster plan and things you need to be thinking about. One thing I will say is that this will be good both for the home and or a business as well. We're definitely going to focus on the home, but a lot of these tips can also be taken into a business environment as well, and have some little prep there as well. So I think that is all for today. So a couple things. Make sure you leave comments down below if you liked what you heard, or maybe if you liked the product or what tip you liked the most. That would be awesome to hear from you. Also, leave comments down below if you would like to, any comment at all that you leave. You will be entered into the drawing for this little decor piece, picture frame, I guess, type thing, that where you can put your home Wi-Fi on it for your guest and leave it in your home. And we'll draw for this next week. So you got a whole week to, if you see this on the replay, you can make a comment down below and still be entered up to midnight next Monday. So also, if you are in need of having your home decorated for Christmas, or you have a move coming up, just know that Get Organized services the Dallas-Fort Worth area, East Texas, Tyler area, and Oklahoma City and surrounding areas up there. We can bring in a team of organizers and declutter before you move, pre-pack you, stage your home, and even get you unpacked and organized as well. And on the Christmas decorating services that we offer, get scheduled early, not only for the putting up of your Christmas decorations, but also for the taking down, because after it's over, you probably want them down as quickly as possible. But our organizers are great. They are can decorate beautifully. We have pictures that we're more than happy to send you if you inquire. And we can also do the shopping for you. It's so cool just to walk in and have your home magically decorated and even organized. So anyway, well, I'm Lorraine Brock with Tip Tuesday here. Again, leave your comments down below and we will see you next Tuesday on Tip Tuesday. Bye, guys.